y'all doing? Oh, make sure I shave, girl. Oh, how y'all doing? Just in case. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? And welcome to
Hey
another episode
y'all.
of the Sister Connection Talk Show. So sorry we're late. It was my fault. It was all.
She fine, y'all. She fine. She
It's
a
all.
busy woman.
Tell you, Twonta and Therese was about to grab the switch from the switch tree. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Who had a switch tree? Hey, what's up? Who had a switch tree next to their house? And they was gotta wear me out. They was gonna take the leaves off, like they'll wear me out. Nobody. Every time I see one of those yellow, pretty switch trees, I'm like, oh no. I
Mm-mm.
put bleach on if it grows in my yard. Like, Kill it now.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Yes.
Hey, Melvina.
Girl, Bobina, girl. Tanya, hey, Tanya. Oh my God, you guys
Hey.
are rolling on in. And guys, if you're watching us now, please know that we do what we call an afterglow show after the show. So we hang out here for about an hour or so, and then we switch over onto our afterglow show. And Treese will be dropping the Zoom link in the chat in just a second. But we love that you guys are on. So let's do a mic check real quick. Let us know, everyone, if y'all can see and hear us real good. I want to make sure that I'm not glitching. That Twonta, you okay over there, love?
I'm hearing feedback somewhere. Is that
Okay, maybe I need my headphones. Hold on, let me grab.
like a what do you call that sound?
It's probably me. Hold on, let me grab my headphones real quick. And Tawanta, while I do that, can y'all hear an echo in the audience? Do
No, I
anybody
don't
know?
hear echo. I don't hear echo. But I'm
Maybe
hearing
maybe
like a hey girl, how you doing? I'm hearing like a pierce sound. Hey LaShawn.
like a hissing.
Yeah, something to that. I can hear, but I hear. Yeah, she said she hear feedback as well.
Yeah, I need my headphones. So let me hop off the screen, but you explain what we're talking about for today, love.
Got it.
Okay.
Hey guys. Yeah. I hear a high pitched sound too. So that's on her end. She's trying to yeah, she's trying to get her headphones, y'all, because she's been having technical issues. But that's just how it is with life, right? But anywho, y'all, we gonna get excited tonight. What's up, Lady Di? We're gonna get excited tonight because we want to talk about some things that is simple. It's a simple question, but when we throw those points out to you guys, it make you have to think about it twice, because you know how when people ask you like, so how do you get ready? And you probably already have a basic answer to it, but then when we start throwing out some points or throwing out some words to you, you have to like, that's like, oh, wait a minute, that's a good question, right? So that question, how do you get ready? It's an easy question, but then it comes to be a question that you really got to ponder on because it reflects on you, and you wonder like, am I really ready? Am I really ready for this, for whatever, right? So yeah, we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. We're gonna talk about that stuff. Oh, and let me go ahead and give you some quick info as far as our self-care event that is going to be next month. It's not going to be for this month. It's been postponed until the last Saturday in April, so you can still pre-order your packet, guys. My PayPal information, Therese, if you have it, just go ahead and put that information in the comment section for people to go ahead and just click on that, and you guys can go ahead and pay for your packet, which is $30 for that. Okay. And our self-care event is something that we come together monthly, where we have a good time. We learn about our skin, but we also learn more about ourselves. So it's a great event for us to really get together, have that time to unwind, pamper ourselves, talk about life. There's no recording whatsoever, but it is a private event. So, you won't see us on our group page or anything like that. So again, guys, don't wait to the last minute because it's already mid-March. This month is halfway gone. So before you know it, it'll be April already. So you make sure you go ahead and get your packet ordered in as soon as possible so you guys can be prepped and ready for that. Also, thank you. Yes, that's the information right there. Also, guys, I'm going to actually wait for Leticia to come back because this was her idea to do it, and I don't want to just do it without her. So I'm just going to actually, I'm going to just, wait until after the fact. How about that? I'm going to do it like that, okay? Because she brought this idea up today when we talked, and I want her to be the one to explain it more in depth. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get started with our first pointer. So, how do you get ready? Okay, I came in with this idea. I'm not really taking full credit to this because I actually came across this idea listening to First Lady Sarita Jakes. Y'all know who First Lady Sarita Jakes is, right? She is the wife of Bishop T.D. Jakes. I'm still
Can
hearing
y'all
that
hear me?
feedback, love. Still
You
hearing
still
that.
hearing it?
Yeah, yeah. That mic or whatever is going on. It stopped now. It stopped. Oh, okay. That girl is too funny. But anyway, yeah, I was listening to First Lady Sarita Jakes, and she had said something in a comment because she was actually promoting online event for the ladies, and I thought it was just absolutely amazing. She's just a beautiful sister anyway. But she was talking in conversation, and what she was saying, it came, that how do you get ready just stuck with me. And I'm like, oh, you know what? That is an easy question when you already have prepped for the answer. You already have the answer set up. You already got your answers, written down and everything memorized. So when people ask you, so how do you get ready? And you just go ahead fluidly, just go ahead and tell people. But when someone comes to you and asks you that question unexpectedly, when you don't have your cheat sheet, if you will, then that question becomes something a little bit more thought, right? So I want to throw that out there to you ladies because a lot of us think we are ready. We think we are prepped and ready for this season, for this time, for this moment. But when that question and when that point comes out to you, then you have to really think twice about it. So Teresa, if you put up that first point for me, we go ahead and get started on that. So the first thing that we are going to talk about, how do you get ready for love? What is it that you ladies do to prepare yourself for love?
Not
Hmm?
good.
You good, babes?
Okay. Hi, hi.
Look at her looking all pretty and
I'm
stylish.
so sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my mic and everything, so I had to do a little something, 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 something.
That's
So,
all right.
yeah. Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, no, no. So the question is, how do you get ready for love? What is it,
Ooh,
ladies, that you do to get yourself prepped and ready for love? Again, now let me say this too. This is an interaction
yeah.
show, so that
Mm-hmm.
means that everyone that is watching us tonight, and
Mm-hmm.
you definitely, we need your feedback. Okay, so this is not so much more in deep conversation or deep, talk between me and Tish. Hey, Yolanda.
Hey,
This is
Yolanda.
this is all of us. Okay, because I'm learning from you, you learning from us. We all have our own, I would say our own what own, I won't say definition
Tips.
of love. The
Yeah,
own
we have our own tips, our own
yeah,
strategies to do that.
own
Yeah,
strategies
absolutely.
and stuff like that. So yeah, I just want everybody to collaborate on this. So yeah, what is it that you guys do? How do you get yourself ready for love? Huh? Because all of us have been in love before. All of us are loved,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. Yes.
And all of us have been betrayed by love.
Oh,
All
girl,
of us have
yes.
been hurt by love, right?
Yes.
Some of us are still living off the residue of that hurt,
Some of
right?
us been in prison because of love.
Yeah, girl. We've been in prison
Yes.
in our mind, and in our mind,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, I get what you're saying too, sis. So, because a lot of us sisters, and am I right or wrong, Tisha? A lot of us sisters said, "Well, I am ready to be loved again.
Mhm.
I'm ready to fall in love again." But are you
Mhm.
ready? And if you
Yeah.
are, what are you doing to prepare yourself for love?
Yes, yes. She said Forever Love Doll said, I want to say run, but true is loving yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Kim says, I love my daughter's father, but he's a Mason.
What's that mean?
I had to separate God. What she said, I had to separate. God said separate. Oh, God says separate because he's a
But what's the
Mason.
Mason mean? What does she mean by Mason?
He's part of a fraternal uh organization. This they're called Masons, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what she's referring to. And
Mm.
then you have the female version called the Eastern Stars.
Oh, I gotta
So
look that up.
yeah, they pretty much connect with each other. You know, the
Oh
Eastern
yeah,
Stars
girl.
and that's a heavy thing. It's a big organization. That's what I mean. So I don't know. I think that's what she was referring to. You
Ooh.
know, and based, I guess, I could be wrong. Girl, you're gonna have to explain more in depth because I don't
Girl,
want
you
this.
can come on here real quick and explain too if you want, but to educate
Yeah,
us.
because again,
Yeah.
that's her definition of love. You know, she has her, her reasonings or what have you. You know, so that's the thing. Masons are an occult.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah, you definitely can't. That doesn't mesh well with Christ. If
Long
long story,
story, yeah,
Mason's
for Mason
secret. All right,
secrets.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, and that's yeah, it's a fraternal organization.
Okay,
Mhm.
Tanya. Okay, because I want to share this. I had a conversation,
Sure.
because I like to go to the laundromat. I don't know what it is right now. Because I listen, we have a lot of clothes. I wash the clothes every week. I want to bump it to twice a week, but whatever. That's a personal issue. Y'all don't need to know that. So I was in a laundromat a couple of weeks ago, washing my clothes, doing my thing. And I was speaking to this young lady, and her kids, her and I, both our kids go to the same school. Okay. And she's a Christian. Her partner is Muslim. There's a big trend right now in here in New
Mhm.
York. I don't know about those of y'all who are watching, where people are not getting married, but they're having co-parenting relationship.
Mhm.
Is like
Mhm.
I don't agree with it, but to each his own. Like, if you wanna deal with me, you gotta deal with all this, honey. You gotta put a ring on it. We gotta do,
Mhm.
change, last name difference, all that stuff. But right now, people don't want to be married. Some people don't want to be married, but they still want to have children, and they still want to be not in a relationship, but like a co-parenting situation. But anyway, that's the
Yeah.
situation she's in, right? And
Mhm.
I was with one of my. Oh my God! I'm learning something new every day.
Yep.
So when I was talking to this young lady, she was like, "Yeah, partner's Muslim, I am Christian," and they were just in just I guess they were having a little fun, and all of a sudden, what happens? She got pregnant, and now they're having issues where how they're going to raise the kids because Muslim, I guess they don't celebrate birthdays, holidays, things like that. She wants to do that. He doesn't want a tree for Christmas. She does, and it's like love is
Mhm.
communication.
Mhm.
You gotta. I didn't want to tell her how I really felt because I knew her, but I didn't know her. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you
Right.
just can't really lay it heavy on people when you're just getting to know them, right? But
Mhm.
in my mind, I'm like, why didn't y'all talk about this before y'all started to, roll around in
Mhm.
the mud together? Like I would have been had that conversation. Like I don't know, maybe it's just a different time. Like when me and my husband met in college, that we did talk about that. I said I need to see your mom before we become official. I was like, I need to go. I need to see like your dynamic, okay? Because he's West
Yeah.
Indian, and no offense, but
I feel
and
you. Mhm.
I went to visit his mom. I was like, all right, his mom goes to church all the time. His dad, is his dad, all that stuff. But we talked about that beforehand, so it wasn't really no surprises of he's a Mason, I'm a Christian, or he's a Muslim and I'm a Christian. Like we talked about
Mhm.
that, right? So
Mhm.
love is communication for me. That's
Absolutely.
how I get ready for love. My husband and I have been married for 20 years, and we still talk about intimacy. We talk about how we're going to raise the kids and stuff, even though
Yeah.
we know we sometimes we touch base because all of our children have different personalities.
Yes.
So we have communication where we're like, babe, our intimacy is going a little bit south. I know you're busy, I'm busy, so let's figure out a way to do it. But we communicate, and I feel like when it comes to love, people have issues with communicating with their spouses because they're
Mhm.
afraid of some touchy topics. And
Mhm.
trust, let me to want to know, we had some conversations where it went totally left, honey. And I was
Mhm.
pulled up on the side of the road calling to watch, like, girl, let me tell you something.
Mhm.
Do you got any bail money for me, girl? Okay. Uh, I'm at the Walgreens over here. Okay, I'm gonna pull up.
What we at? We at?
We've had some hard conversations, but again,
Woo.
when you get through it, you're more enlightened. I like to be enlightened, even though I can go through sometimes with some people, I go through the jungle of nonsense when we communicate. But at the end, I'm like, all right, I know this person better now that we went through that. So
Yeah.
it is communication. And we have issues with communicating with ourselves. We're not honest with ourselves sometimes,
There you go. Right.
we're not
Right.
honest. Like,
True.
we got to be more honest. Like, if you lazy, just be honest. Like, girl, I need to get out there and do more
Yeah.
instead of watching other
Exactly.
people do more. I need to get out there. Like, you
Right.
get what I'm saying,
Right.
right?
I definitely get what you're saying because we have been, we've been performing for so long. We've been faking it till we make it, and we've been lying to ourselves for so long. So yeah, we do not know the true definition of love,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't know how to love ourselves appropriately. Okay.
I talked
Oh,
to
she
him
said, I tried
too.
to talk to him and tell him that Mason stuff is dangerous spiritually. He wouldn't listen. So I had to separate, especially for my daughter's sake. Yeah.
Yeah, girl. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And you know what? That's been a debate for so many years with the Mason and with the Eastern Star and all those things or what have you. And
Oh,
it's a decision that people make. You may not approve, you may not like, but that's their decision or what have you. Just like a lot of things, we make decisions on stuff and people don't like, but we make decisions. But
mm.
at the end of the day, you gotta love them. If you gotta love them from a distance, that's fine. It's your decision or whatever. But that's just what it is. But yeah, go check it out. You'll figure you'll learn
I'm
so
gonna
much.
research that because I got 5 kids. I gotta know about all these different facets of people just in case they
Yeah,
come into counter with that situation. Um,
yeah. It again. The Mason is really like a predominantly black or fraternal
mm,
organization, and like I said, it's been going on for since the
is it
beginning of.
like a Mormon, like Mormons? Is it like
No.
that?
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
Oh,
mm-mm. They,
okay.
if and especially in the African American communities,
Uh huh.
they have and they're very dedicated, especially if like one of the brothers passes away, they come together, of course, and and support and help out and all those things. And and also it's just a whole lot of stuff. Like I said,
A
it's
lot of
amazing.
layers to it.
It is a lot of layers to it, and it's always been a debate about if it's devil worship related and all these other things,
Mm,
what have you. Again, you really have to talk to God about that to get discernment
yeah.
on that, because you hear a lot of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and not saying that this stuff is not accurate. You still have to take it upon yourself to do your research,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
whatever you read about, you go talk to God about that and see if
That's
it's
right.
what he says on that point, because we
Mm-hmm.
still have that divine right to choose what we want to do, how we want to do it.
Yep. Yep.
Everybody doesn't agree about it, but that's
Yep.
what it is, and God will deal with it later. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as with the love, again,
Amen.
we as women, we have to start. First of all, we got to learn how to love ourselves. So,
That's
what do
right.
we do to prepare ourselves to love on ourselves? What is it that we do, ladies? And I want you guys again to elaborate on this very quickly so we can move on. What are the things that you do to show love to yourself as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to depending on somebody else to show their love towards?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If do you love yourself by meditating, taking time out for yourself every week? Do you dedicate that time for yourself by getting pampered? Do you go ahead and you exercise? What is it that you do that feeds that love in your soul, that makes you feel valuable, make you feel important, and that without a shadow of a doubt that you are royalty, that you are lovable, in spite of your flaws, in spite of your
Mm-hmm.
imperfections, those
Mm-hmm.
kind of things. And if you stand confident in that, then yeah, you can easily love. You can easily receive love in return.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
love yourself to know your worth. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Some sisters think their life is worth a buck and change, but God said
Mm.
more valuable than rubies. Hello,
That's right.
seriously. So a buck and change, no, girl, you are way more valuable than that.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, like I said, this is a simple question. How do you get ready? Again,
Mm-hmm.
we have our little cheat sheet, and we could go ahead and, just like people on the news or people on social media, they have their script, and they know exactly
Mm-hmm.
how to, present themselves, and their answers are all, perfect and everything, right on time. But when you get them off the limelight, behind the screens and stuff, and you ask them that question, they really wouldn't know how to answer that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, going to a restaurant all by yourself. That's good.
Yes, Yolanda, I like that.
Yeah.
Girl. I've done that before.
Me
Before
too.
COVID, I used to go out and treat myself. I
Yep.
sure did.
Because sometimes, like, if I go out with friends, like, I'll end up eating at places that I don't like because we took a vote and I sort of got voted
Mm,
out. So I like the
mhm.
aspect of even in New York, there's tons of places where you can go eat at. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
just sitting down. A lot of, even today was a beautiful day. I don't know what it is about the season change, but my mood just be like,
I hear
and
you.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I hear you on that.
Same
So
there
guys,
too. Tanya, where you live at, girl? Yeah,
who?
go ahead, love. I'm
Who?
sorry.
No, 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 no.
Tanya
Who?
says she does the same where she's at.
Oh,
Abundant life living is Tanya. I'm sorry. Yes, I love
yes, you
it.
guys continue to keep responding to that. We're not, I mean, we're gonna move on to the next tip, of course, the next point, but continue to, whatever comes in your heart about love, continue to showcase that,
Mm-hmm.
comment that on below. So what's the next one, Therese? Show us the next one. So
Oh,
how do
you
you
do.
get ready? How do you get ready for self-awareness?
Yes. How do you get ready for self awareness? That's right.
Yeah. How do you do it, ladies? What is it that
Mm-hmm.
you do for yourself to get yourself prepared for the day? Oh, you live in
Mm-hmm.
New
New
Mexico.
Mexico, girl.
Okay, girl.
I know they
Come
got
on.
a lot of good food over there, honey, but it made me go to the bathroom on them beans. Go ahead. I love it though. Yes.
Oh, that's nice. So how do you get yourself prepared, ladies? What is it that you do? She said I shop by myself. I do that too. I like to shop for myself sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So what is self-awareness? What is your definition of self-awareness? Hmm? I want y'all to explain it. Go ahead, Tish. You can go ahead and start it off for me.
Well, I have to say, like, I always do like a temperature check with myself because
Yeah.
there's some days where I'm not at like my 100%. So
Right.
if there are days where I am feeling down or just overwhelmed, which is
Mhm.
not a lot of days, but kids, all that stuff, business compounding effect. I ask myself, well, what am I listening to? What am I watching? Because I think that all ties into how we feel. If
Sure.
there's a day where
Sure.
I'm just watching too much news, it's like, okay, I got to scale back. I got to like focus on positivity.
Mm, mm,
Self-awareness is you being aware of self. If you being
mhm,
aware of how you feel, your
mhm,
moods, your
mhm.
your your monthly changes, all those things tie into it
Yeah,
all,
that's good.
and yeah, so I love the fact that I became more self-aware now, especially after I got rid of all the toxic people in my life, to the
Mhm,
point to now where I'm like, okay, let me check my emotions, let me check how I like the other day I was really upset at something else, but me being a Capricorn, sometimes we project our emotions on everybody in the room and also with like empaths and stuff. But I
mhm.
was like, my husband came in the room and he did something that was annoying, but it really wasn't that big of a deal. But it's because I was mad at something else. I went like this. I said,
Mhm, mhm,
and so he looked at me.
mhm.
He was like, "What's wrong? What's going on? What's wrong?" He like paused. He was taking off his shoes and stuff. And I was like, "No, no, no. I'm trying not to like get upset with you and blow up on you. So I needed just a moment to take a break,
Like a
just
woosah
to
moment.
breathe in because I felt my chest getting heavy and all this stuff. And
Right,
then once I calmed down, I told him why I was really mad and like what
right.
he did before that wasn't that big of a deal, even when it was annoying. I didn't want to put the whole full steam ahead on him,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So that's how I stay self-aware. And right now, the weather's getting nicer, so I'm just in like a better mood all around. Oh, you still learning? Okay.
That's good to know. And
That's
nothing
real
wrong with
good.
that.
That's nothing wrong with
And
that.
I'm glad you said
We're
that.
always learning. Yeah.
Exactly. We are
Mhm.
always learning because you know what? We're not the same woman that we were 20 years ago.
No, not at all.
We are
Not at
not.
all.
We have gone through a lot of things in our lives during those 20 years, and it has changed our way of thinking. It has, helped us to see life more differently than how we saw
Mhm.
when we were in our
Mhm.
20s or in our 30s at
Mhm.
that time or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is important. We need to be self-aware. Well, we need to, really check ourselves on a daily basis. That's
We
how
gotta
I
have
see
that temperature check.
She says I journal.
You
And that's
journal, you go, girl.
yeah. And that's a good thing to do, to write down your thoughts, just to free your mind of the
Yes.
overload of words, of issues that
Hmm.
you experience. She said, I read 3 affirmation cards every day.
Yes. You
Calm and
gotta grab this, guys. Mine is all dirty because it's
crush
been
your
everywhere. It's
goals.
called Crush Your Goals, and it has like
Hmm.
I think it has 40 cards in it. And like I post mine on my calendar. Like today was, I don't know if y'all can see it. I come in peace, but I mean business. Yes. So I
Oh.
just put it up here, and these are great. Each day it's a different card. You take one down and you put it at the bottom of the stack. So this is really
Hmm.
good to have like around you because you are in control of your environment, especially for you, Yolanda, and those of you guys who are product based or course based in your business. Having those
Hmm.
affirmations around you is just so important because your mind will play tricks with you.
Yeah.
Thinking nobody wants your stuff, nobody cares about what you have to say. But when
Right.
you create those affirmations around you, it really helps to build up your self
It
esteem.
really, really does. It really does. She says, I always put other before myself, which made me sick carrying everyone's burden.
I used to
Mm.
do that all the time.
Yep. Absolutely.
I used to
Absolutely.
do it all the time.
And,
And you ain't
and
gonna be able to please everybody. I
you're
mean,
not.
I'm a mom and have all these children, and not every time I give them, what I give them what they need, but not every time I give them what they want. I'm like, we're not going to the store today. We went to the store 2 days in a row, things like
Hmm.
that. But
Hmm.
I used to be that person that was definitely a people pleaser all the time.
Yeah.
Um, and it just it's really a dark place to be in.
Hmm.
It really, really is. So my biggest answer to that is get into like I don't care mode. Like you care, but
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you're focusing on making
Right.
yourself happy first.
Hmm.
Because if you're
Hmm.
not together, if you're not all together, then nothing else, will be all together.
Yeah, and for me personally, I've realized that, it is important for us to do that self-evaluation. It's important for us to be aware of what really ticks us off, what really
Mhm.
makes us happy, those kind of things. And whatever that doesn't make us feel good, we need to acknowledge that. That's another thing too. We got to start acknowledging certain
Mhm.
things in our lives that does not produce health,
Mhm.
good wealth, good, good loving, because it
Mhm.
falls back to the first tip, that the first point we talk about is love,
Exactly.
you know.
You got to think of what would your perfect day look like? Because I know
Hmm.
that's maybe extreme for some people, but you have absolutely control on creating your perfect day. Like
Yeah,
you need to write out, like even how Tanya said journaling. You need to write out like how do you want your mornings to go? How do you want your afternoons to go? How do you want your
exactly.
evenings to go?
Yeah.
You can create your perfect day. And it's not to say that it's going to be an overnight thing that you're going to
Hmm.
reach to those all those things you add to your list, but it's going to grow into that. It's going to build into that. Like I remember when I used to still work at a job, and I would write out like, oh, I would love to wake up every morning and make my kids breakfast, and then in the afternoon take a nap, and then pick them up from school, and then making dinner on when we get home, and all these things. And so, but again, like I had to first create that vision of that, and then it ended up being that when I left my job back in 2017. So it's like,
Hmm.
what
Hmm.
is your what most women don't know what would their perfect day look like, and we got to write
Or
those things out. Your 2022 focus is self-love and have
peace.
inner peace. Yes, yes,
Hmm.
forgive yourself, move forward, have
Yeah,
that self-love, things like
exactly.
that. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
like I said, everything falls back to that word love,
Mhm.
because you have to learn how to love yourself. And there's a lot of us that don't love ourselves.
Mhm. It's dangerous when you don't really love yourself 100%.
Exactly. It is
It's
dangerous.
really dangerous. Like if you
Mhm.
love your husband more than you love yourself, or your children more than love. I mean, you love your kids, you love your husband. You got to have that crazy self love for yourself. Oh
Mhm.
yes, I'm going to start. Yes, yeah, girl, start that.
Mhm.
Start that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I
Mhm.
mean, ladies, this is something that you definitely need to start doing on a daily basis,
Mhm.
not when things are going great for you, or even when things, start to get a little bit out of hand or what
Mhm.
have you. This is something that we need to do. Like, and I think Tisha, just, when you was working before you started your business and
Mhm.
everything. at your job, did they do a not a self, did they do an evaluation with
Yeah,
their
or yeah.
employees and
Hmm.
stuff? You
Yeah.
know, was it like quarterly? Was it like annually kind of
It was
thing?
annually, yeah,
It was
because then we get
annually.
our raises. So we do those, and they'll tell us how much our raise was, 2%, 5%, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those
Hmm.
evaluations, of course, some people are not looking forward to those evaluations at
Mm-mm.
the job because they know you got to see your supervisor or supervisor
Hmm.
or whoever, and they go ahead and evaluate you, or they give you your overall score, or however they do it,
Hmm.
to let you know, okay, well, you need to prove in this, your attitude sucks, or this, that, or whatever the case may be. And of course, we don't like those kind of feedback. But
Hmm.
if you go home and you start evaluating yourself,
Hmm.
you realize that they're not lying. They're telling the
Hmm.
truth. But we have issues with people speaking our truth, and we don't want them to speak our truth.
Hmm. I
And
have to say, those of you who struggle with self-awareness, self-love, seek a therapist, talk to
yeah,
somebody. I think
that's
that's
good.
so important. A lot of us, including myself, I didn't grow up with the blueprint of what self-love looked like. So
Mm,
when people would
okay.
say, "Do you have self-love? Do you love yourself?" I would say, "Yeah," but really I didn't, because
Mm,
we don't really, if you didn't grow up around that, you're not going to really know what it looks like. A lot of us equate feeling good about ourselves by helping others, when all reality,
right.
you can help others, but if you help the wrong people, it's going to mess you up, right? So it's like, for
Exactly.
me, even through therapy or and things like that, I started to watch women who had massive self-love for themselves, to the point where other people would deem it as, oh, she got an ego, or she thinks she's all that. I would look at their content and I would just be like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God,
Mm-hmm.
I love
Mm-hmm.
her. She is amazing. Like, she's in beast mode. She's a savage. She's doing, and I would just watch and watch and watch. And I started to really take cues on, and then building up myself as well at the same time, on my own personal personality and things. So follow people, because it was so funny. I always share this story all the time, Tawanta.
Yeah.
I remember when I started therapy process over 10 years ago, because my husband and I were going through issues in our marriage, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we're going to go to therapy. If we're going to make this work, we got to do something, right? So I'm like, okay, we're going to go into therapy, and she's going to get him.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to let him know all the bad things he's
Yeah.
doing. But God is so amusing, y'all. It's like
Mm-hmm.
he put me in that room with that lady so she could work on me, not him
Work
and
on
I.
you.
And
Yeah.
when she asked
Yeah.
me, Leticia, what do you want to do? What do you enjoy? I was like, because nobody never asked me that before.
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't that
Nobody
something?
never asked me that before. I did not know the answer. That's the worst part. The worst part
Mm-hmm.
is I didn't know the hey, Classy. I did not know the
Mm-hmm.
answer to that question. And I was literally hanging my head out the car, crying all through the ride home. I looked like a hot mess because
Yeah.
I couldn't answer that question for myself. So from that point on, I started to say, how can I define what Leticia wants that has just to do with Leticia?
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be working anymore, and I want to travel the world, and I want to do this and that, and it ended up happening. But
Sure.
it, most of us don't know what we like or what we
That is
want.
so true. I'm
Yes.
telling you, a lot of us do not. We do
Mm-mm.
not.
Because
And you know
somebody
what?
asked me. Yeah.
Go ahead, baby. No, no, no. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
LaShawn said, I'll always say work on yourself before you work on your marriage because we can't change the other person.
I strongly agree that you ain't gonna ever change him, honey. I'm sorry.
No.
If he got stinky feet, honey, he don't think it stink. That's it. If he's not good at cleaning, his mama never made him clean up the house, and y'all start living together, you're like, why is your drawers on the floor, and why are you not? If his mama didn't do it, you think you gonna come in to be his mama? He don't want you to be his mama. He wants you to be his woman. So
Yeah.
you got to work on yourself.
Right.
You got to learn who you are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta learn
Absolutely,
who you are
because you
because
can't
we
change
are
people.
always change. We as women, we always change because we deal with so much. It changes our mood, it changes our perspective,
That's
right?
right.
So yeah, we always change and we have to
Always
understand,
evolving.
right? And we got to dissect that too. We got to dissect
Mm-hmm.
what we have received in our thinking, what we see, what we hear, what we talk, what we feel.
Right.
We have to break that down because
Girl,
we
you
as
got your nails done?
huh?
You
Yes,
got your,
yes,
oh, let me see, girl. Oh, you got the glitter, girl.
yes. I got to.
I just noticed that. You go ahead, mama, honey. See, we
I'm a,
stay, honey. Listen. I was again, I felt so naked without my nails, honey. I was like, listen, Yin Yang, I want to do this, honey. I want
Okay,
the
that's
snap. Make it
language
as
right
long
there.
so I can hear the snap, honey. He was like,
Oh
you want too
my
long? Yes, long, honey. It's an extra. I don't care.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, guys,
Yeah,
definitely go ahead and, reevaluate yourself so you can understand who you are, because it
that's
gets really
right.
frustrating after a while. Because it's a lot of us that are in that position where we say, I'm so stuck right now. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I'm lost. I feel like I don't know what to do with myself,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. You feel empty, and
Mm-hmm.
this, that, whatever. But ladies, that's the perfect time to do that self-awareness. That's
That's
the
right.
perfect time to start cleaning out
Perfect time.
your heart and all of those things, right? So let's go to number three. Let's go to number three.
Let's
What?
go number 3, and we have the giveaway up, guys. So type in hashtag sister to sister connection so you could participate in the giveaway. You only have to put it in there one time, okay? And y'all let us know we want to do a t-shirt or a mug. We're actually going to be switching merch very soon, merch companies very soon. So for those of you who did win, we're going to be sending you out your merch to a different company because the other one was like, ugh, not working out. So, but still, we're going to continue to do the giveaway for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, this new company is going to give us more stuff to give away, so we love it.
Yeah.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So the
So
third point
success.
is,
That's my
yes,
favorite word. Success.
yes, yes. She said we should always be growing and evolving.
That's right.
Absolutely. So the
That's right.
third
Don't
point
hang around
is,
with the people who's the same way, same. They're doing the same old thing. Go ahead.
yeah. So how do we get ready, guys? What is it that you do to prepare yourself for success? And here's the thing: everybody has their own definition of success.
That's right. We all do.
And it's not a right or wrong answer. It really, really
Mm-hmm.
isn't, because your life is a walking journey, and you have
Mm-hmm.
experienced some things, and you have learned from those experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you take what you have learned and you apply it to your plan, your purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and that will lead you to success. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
how do you prepare yourself? What is it that you do, ladies, to get yourself ready each day,
Mm-hmm.
or each week or each month? You
Mm-hmm.
let us know. So Tish,
You
how
let
do you
us know.
prepare yourself? How do you get ready for
I
success?
make sure I just write things out because how many of y'all struggle with this? Every morning you wake up and your brain is like on go, right? Your
Mm,
brain is on go.
yep.
You're like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do a
Yeah.
thousand things. My
Yeah.
brain is always like that, even when I'm getting ready for bed, So that's
Hmm.
why I have to have the TV on at night because if it's quiet in the room, I'm like, my brain is on go. I'm sending Therese voice clips like, go, girl. So blah, 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 blah. You up. Girl, I know it's 1:23 in the morning, but are you up? Are you up? Um, so I write things down, I listen to things,
Yeah.
I just try to actively get my brain to stop. Now, when it comes to the success side, I love that beast mode word. I don't know what it is, y'all, about that word. It just gets me like, and then I do this thing. I'm not going to do it now because it's going to be really loud, but I do this thing because if y'all ever see my logo, I think I have the
Hmm.
baddest logo in the land. I love my logo. And
Hmm.
basically what the logo is, it's a lion, right? And because the lion is like the king of the jungle, but I feminized the lion by having the Indian feathers because I'm part
Hmm.
American Indian stuff. So I have the
Hmm.
Indian feathers going around, and it's just like beautiful because I didn't want a crown. I wanted like the feathers just go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I make this loud lion noise, like, "Rrr," because it gets my adrenaline going. You know what I'm saying? I do it when I'm about to get on stage, when I'm about to do it live, and all the things because
Yeah.
it gets my blood up. Because I don't know if you guys ever heard a term called haka. If you look it up on
I've heard of it.
YouTube.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's not like an American thing. It's a lot of Australians do it,
Hmm.
but they get into this like stance and they do the haka and it's like
Yes.
they like ready for war. You know what I mean? They
Right.
ready
Right.
to
Right.
battle.
Right.
So when I see that, it gets me pumped, like, oh my
Right.
God. So that's what I do. It's like because I feel like people get this misconfused because you got some people that teach this wrong. I'm not going to name no names, but it's
Hmm.
like they teach you to say you got to step into a totally completely different person. I don't
Mm.
believe in that, Tawanta. I
Hmm.
believe that God has given us all our own personalities and our own
Yes.
unique gifts and
Yes.
our own unique inner being
Yes.
that we need to tap into her and wake her up.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
mine, her name is Tropicana. Like Tropicana, she's all the things, honey. She walks in the room and she's like, "Who are
Mhm.
you?" Okay, move. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
I tap. She's already in me. She was born in me. She is me. You know. So
Mhm.
I tap
Mhm.
into that, and when I tap
Mhm.
into that, I don't see nobody. Not like not like trying to say I'm like above
Of
anybody, but
course.
I feel
Sure.
like sometimes when we walk into rooms, and I've done that before, I felt like I shouldn't be here. You
Mhm.
know, like when I
Mhm.
first went to Bali, I was like, I shouldn't be here. Like this is like weird. You
Yeah.
know, and you spoke that
Mhm.
over me. You told me years ago, before I even
Yeah.
got on that plane, that I will be soaring above my enemies. And just believe, when I was
Mhm.
in that plane, I was like, yeah, I'm way high above my enemies, honey. I'm
Yeah.
on the other side of the world,
Mhm.
honey. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
uh, uh,
Huh?
we talking about classy. Let me get what? What's the
What?
topic? What we talking about?
Did she say
Success.
love?
Well, I ain't got a problem with that, girl, because I got 5 kids with that. But, girl, are you talking about the first number one? We got to go back and do a redo. Okay. So, like, I love class.
Well.
So, I step into that because I am her. And it's just like, that's what
Yeah.
I do to prepare myself for success. Because let me tell you, if
Mhm.
you listen to the world, then you're going to get what the world gets, which is uncertainty, confusion, mess,
Yeah. Yeah.
nonsense.
Mhm.
We got to be like,
Right.
and you have to just build that within yourself. It's not you stepping into a totally completely different person. You are that. You
Mhm.
are that. And you just got to just tap into, we all have the capabilities to be successful. You just
We
start
really
need to
do.
start listening to the right people. I watch people every day who are out there making moves, who are further ahead than me, who are just
Mhm.
taking action. I just, that's like
Mhm.
gasoline for me, and I just love it. I just love it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
success
for
breeds
me,
success. Go
yeah,
ahead,
for
love.
me, I would say success is a daily win. Every
Mm-hmm.
day is success for me.
Amen. Mm-hmm.
Versus the ultimate success
Mm-hmm.
of, of what, you've been dreaming and wishing and praying, for this big empire of yours to come forth. And it will, but look
Mm-hmm.
at each step you make daily.
That's right.
What have you accomplished that day? You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's
Oh,
how
I
I
love that.
myself, of success.
Right, right.
Day at hand, and I go ahead and just accomplish by meditating or speaking
Mm-hmm.
over some things, because even during the day we all have encountered
Mm-hmm.
some distractions
Mm-hmm.
on whatever, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
families, whether it's colleagues, whether it's clients, or whatever the
That's
case may,
right.
right? And when whatever we deal with, whatever is faced before us, we can figure out how to not allow those distractions to be that Debbie Downer on us.
Amen. You
You
got
know
to
what
know how to celebrate you.
You have to learn how to do so. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I just start, and this been a practice. Do I get it right all the time? No, but most times I have, because I'm so determined, and that's the key
Mm-hmm.
thing. You got to be determined. If you want this day to be better than yesterday, then
Oh,
you definitely
yes.
determined to
Yeah.
make sure that whatever you put down on your journal or your to-do list or your top 10,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that you got, then you go ahead and make those things come forth.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
How
Yep.
I describe my success. That's how I
That's
prepare
right.
myself for my daily
Mm-hmm.
success.
That's right. And you're going to make mistakes. That's one thing we got to understand and become comfortable with and be at peace with. And knowing that through your journey or path to success, which, yes, you're so right, it's a daily thing. You got to be proud of yourself. You got to say, yeah, maybe you had 10 things on your to do list, but you got 3 things done. Be proud of that. Those are
Mhm,
3 things that allowed you to move a step further, right? Yes, celebrate and reward yourself after completing each task. I've got to celebrate completing yeah, you got to celebrate that.
mhm.
Like what you did,
That's success.
Kimberly, when you complete your
Yeah.
presentation, you posted on social media, because
Mhm.
for you, that was a milestone.
Yep.
That was something that somebody else couldn't do. That was something that other people actually backed out on doing. But you
Mhm,
said, no, I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna keep doing it. So it's
mhm,
like, you got to reward yourself. You got to celebrate yourself. Because let me tell you something about celebrating yourself. If you
mhm.
don't know how to aggressively and consistently celebrate yourself, no one else will. And it
Right.
goes for those of you who have a business. If you're
Mm-hmm.
not celebrating your business, talking about your business, posting about your business, whatever, nobody else is going to follow suit.
Right. Right.
You know, it's going to be cricket. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is that you do, celebrate that. Be proud of yourself for that. You're a step ahead than where you were yesterday. So I love that word success. It's part of my brand name. So whatever success, like, yeah,
Yes.
success.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And I want you guys to continue to pour in, tell us and
Yeah.
show us, what is it that you
Y'all
guys
are
prepare
blowing up the
yourself
chat.
for?
I
Yeah,
love
you
it.
are. This is
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I was so nervous, Miss Leticia.
Just do it. You have to, because
Yeah.
when we started this show, we got maybe like one or two people watching. Now it's what? We bumped up to like what, 10, 12 or whatever. It's
Hmm.
like you can't like you got to look at those beginnings and say, wow, that was a stepping stone to get where I'm at today. Right, to get
Hmm.
where I'm at today. So if
Hmm.
you are doing a live, or if you're teaching something or selling something, celebrate the ones who support you and gather some more with you. Right, I use
Right.
my missteps as stepping stools to propel you forward to your success. Absolutely it does, because
Hmm.
God is telling you, this is what I want you to learn from that situation. If you take it as something negative, then you're not going to learn anything from it. Hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you're right. This is a daily, only you can only focus on right now, the right now
Hmm.
moment. Don't
Hmm.
forget about yesterday. That's over
Hmm.
with. And don't even
Hmm.
think about tomorrow, because you don't
Hmm.
know how tomorrow is going to begin or how it's going to
Hmm.
end. So you can
Hmm.
only focus on the right now.
Hmm.
Okay. And you accomplish on that moment at
That's
this
it.
time. And what
Hmm.
you achieve, get excited about it, thank the Lord about it, all those great things. What
Right.
you have not
Hmm.
achieved, don't allow that to dampen you either. Okay.
Hmm.
Just be grateful that, yeah, this task that I completed, this was a challenge for me. I'm like, wow, I made it, I achieved it.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that is something that we all need to really take that little bit of success and be so humble about it, so excited about it. Because when
Hmm.
we hear that word success, immediately all of us start thinking about, oh, I gotta make it to the big leagues. You know what
Mm-mm.
I'm saying? I gotta be successful, I gotta be a millionaire and all of these things and what have you. And y'all, that's a big pill to swallow. You can't
Hmm.
do it like that. You
Mm-mm.
start with the little. You start with the little, practice on what
Mm.
you got, and then eventually, once it starts to develop, because it gets to grow more. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, start, doing that for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. She said, I love this
Yeah.
nice topic. Oh, that's
I'm
so
glad. I want to say one more thing to this
yeah,
whole
baby.
success thing. Tony Robbins or Tony Robinson. I always mess up his last
Tony
name, but I
Roberts.
got Tony Robbins. Yeah, wow, girl, I was way off. Tony Robbins. I got the chance to see him speak twice, right?
Mhm.
And when he spoke one time, he said how, there's a lot of people who try to copy what he says and copy what he
Mhm.
does, but they don't realize that they're trying to reach where he is now. But when they reach where he is now, they're going to be where he was, because he's
Mhm.
going to be at another place. So you mentioned the word big leagues. We look at the big leagues and we want to be like them, but the big leagues are thinking about getting to that next step. So if you're
Exactly.
trying to get to where they are, guess what's going to happen when you get to where they are? You're going to be where they were, and now you're going to be looking at them where they were and saying, well,
Mhm.
I want to get where they're at right now. So now you're
Exactly.
playing cat and mouse race, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
we got to stop that, ladies. We got to stop playing that cat and mouse race, because we're just going to keep being cat and mouse. We got to focus on, okay, I love what she's doing. She's out there she's a heavy hitter. She's in beast mode, but I'm trying to get to my own path. But I watch her
Mhm.
because motivation, enlightenment. I could be working my business or working out, and I listen and I get even more motivated. But I don't want to be where I got my own path, and this is why it's so important, like we said earlier, to have that self love, have that self awareness, and focus on where you want to go. Now,
Exactly.
I can't look at somebody who I love to watch and love what they're doing and say I need to emulate them, because if I do, I'm not going to be prepared in life. If I try
Mhm.
to copy exactly the things that they do, I'm not going to be prepared, because a lot of people
Mhm.
that I watch got one or two kids. Maybe they don't have the same amount of demand that I have. So I
Mhm.
have to do things in such a massive way, right, to ensure that not only am I taking care of my children, is taken care of, and their children's children are taken care of. So we got to really say, okay, I love watching her. Like some of you say, you love watching us, you love watching me, things like that. But you got to focus on your path. honey, because
Mhm.
I'm doing things in such a massively way that you may be doing too much trying to keep up with me. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Or trying to keep up
Right.
with Toronto. So it's like, or anybody who you follow. So it's like you gotta look
Yeah.
at, this is my path. I love to follow these people just to have that sense of motivation and
Sure. Yep.
consistency and
Yeah.
dedication. But I
Yeah.
got something else I'm working on,
Mhm.
or a different journey that I'm working on over here.
Mhm.
Right. So
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
that's that's all ties into to success, because
It
we could
does.
be trying to get on that path to success, but paying that cat and mouse race,
Mhm.
which isn't there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's go on to the next one, guys. The last one. And guys,
Yes.
continue to, pour in the comments
Y'all are
all
doing
these great
great.
things. And we have our what's news that's going to be coming up after.
Yes.
Yes. And also, Letitia has something that she wants to share.
Yes.
Well, so when we finish this last point, then we're going to move on to the what's news, and then Letitia's going to go ahead and give us what she wants to
Yes.
share with
Please
us.
stick
Okay.
around for that, y'all.
Yes. So the
So a
fourth
new
thing, guys,
beginning.
how do you get ready for a new beginning?
Yes.
Ooh, what is it that you ladies do to get yourself ready for a new beginning? Because guess what?
Yes.
Every day when you wake up in the morning is a new beginning.
A new
It
day.
really is. So how do you prepare yourself? Do you prepare yourself the night before? Do you write down your to-do list for
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow? What is it
Mm-hmm.
that you do? And has it been effective? Has it
Mm-hmm.
worked for you? Has it really have you growing, developing a
Mm-hmm.
better way in a
Mm-hmm.
mindset wise or whatever? What is
Mm-hmm.
it that you ladies do? Please put that down in on the comments for us. What do you do, Letitia? What is your way? What do you do to start
Oh
the day?
my God. I do so many things. I love the excitement of feeling like, wow, this is just a brand new day. I can make it
Yeah,
happen.
isn't that
I
cool?
Yeah, and I touched on this last week. We got to step into that spirit of it already happened. It's done.
Mhm,
Like
mhm,
when we say amen, it's
mhm.
when we say amen, we're saying it's done, it's
It's
finished, it's
done.
already been completed. I
Mhm,
think when we pray and we say amen, we go back to tomorrow, the next day, or even the next morning. It'd be, oh, you prayed at night, but you wake up in the morning, you asking God for the same thing. Now
mhm,
you're not stepping to like it's done. Like if you really look it
mhm,
up, amen means it's finished. You're not going to talk about it no more. You're not going to worry about it no more, whatever.
mhm,
So for
mhm.
me, my new beginning is always saying that if I want to make this amount of money or have this amount of impact, it's already done. It's
Right.
already done. It's not a factor of me saying, well, I hope, I wish, I'm
Yeah.
crossing my fingers,
Right.
I hope
Right.
I get there. Like I tell my kids, don't say try, say this is what I'm doing. I'm going
Mhm,
to do this, I'm going to
mhm,
accomplish this, or it's already been
mhm,
accomplished. Don't say, I'm gonna try. Trying is such
mhm,
a cop out to me.
mhm, mhm,
It's like a man tell you, I'm gonna try to stop cheating.
mhm. Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
Try.
Try.
Why can't you just stop?
Okay.
I'm gonna try though. And most people be like, okay, he's gonna try. Like, no, girl, you need to run for the hills. Because anybody who's gonna try at something, 9 times out of 10, they just like, I'm gonna try, but I'm gonna fall back on my excuses and my old ways.
Mhm,
And so
mhm,
since most of us have a
mhm.
habit on falling back on our excuses and falling back on our old ways, we gotta eliminate those words that make us do that.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, is not gonna get done, it's done. Say no more. Right?
Mm.
I do a
I
body
like this.
scan. What she do a body scan? I pause to see where my mood and mental state. That's good.
That is
That's
very
real
good.
good.
I like that
Yes.
word, body scan.
Body
That
scan, girl.
is
How you scan your
nice.
body? Yes. I want to know how she do that.
Okay. A body scan. I like that.
Yeah,
Girl.
LaShawn said, pull up LaShawn's commentaries.
What did Sean
Uh,
say?
she said, I read the Bible and pray daily. Then I love to tackle my day. However, life gets in my way too much. No, you don't let life get in your way too much, because
Yeah,
then it
life
won't
gets
get
in
in
the
your
way
way.
too much. Yeah,
Then
and
it
I
won't
get
get
what
in
you're
your way.
saying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't let it get in your way, sis. See,
Yeah,
that's where it goes back into the power we have and the
right.
authority we need to put our foot down on. Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen. This is how it's going to happen. I'm taking notes from all of this.
Oh,
Thank you, Lord. Hope y'all don't think me crazy, honey. Yes. I'm
yeah.
like,
A new
yes.
beginning for me, I
Go
would
ahead, love.
say, when I wake up in the morning and I just, and I say, thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. How you
Mm-hmm.
doing?
How you doing?
How you
Let me.
doing?
Have y'all ever asked God how he doing? We praying all these things
Okay,
like, God, how
I
you doing
do.
today, honey?
I
You
do
gotta
most
take
of the
the
time.
whole world, honey. You gotta take care of the cat, dog, my husband, my fish, and everything, honey. You make us not worry about anything. But how you doing, God? I just,
How you doing?
I'm
How
just
you doing?
saying.
I do. I when I wake up in the morning, I'm serious. I do that. I said, Lord, how you doing this morning? That kind of thing. And when I go to bed at night, I said, well, I love you, Holy Spirit. Thank you for another day. And I
Uh-huh.
just go here like a baby and sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's almost how many of y'all don't really have anything to pray about where you're just talking, where it's just like you're just in thankfulness. I do that a lot where
Yeah,
I'm like,
that
I
is
don't
your
have
prayer.
nothing to pray for. It's just like, and that's not a bad thing for me. It's like, oh, I don't really, because if he's acting crazy, that's him. If your husband acting, that's just on them. Like, I'm not gonna pray. Like, God knows if the children act crazy, the husband act crazy. He probably working, in him, and
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
uh-huh.
Classy Brown said, I
Yes.
will also take a time out and do a reset, breathe, focus, validate where I am and how I feel, and make a decision on how to move forward or table it. Basically, I think she
Mm,
means by talking about it, I guess.
that's
More of a
good.
but
That's
I
real
think that's
good.
what she's saying.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
rest,
that's
honey. I
really,
take
really
2 naps a day sometimes, honey.
you have to. She said, before my
Yeah,
feet hit the floor, I call of everything I'm grateful for. Come on
that's
with it.
right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And your new beginning, when you start to acknowledge your new beginning, your
Mm-hmm.
day will be such a sweet day. And no
Mm-hmm.
matter what comes your way, you still will be grateful that you had a good day because you
Mm-hmm.
acknowledged the new beginning. You already
Yeah.
prepared yourself for that new beginning. You
Yeah.
already planned out with God's supervision. God is telling you, showing you some things or what have you as how the days should go. Because even though we have
Mm-hmm.
it set out, we still got to say, okay, God, what is your plan for me today?
Yeah,
You
what's
know,
your plan?
what's your plan? Because
I'm
you
ready for it.
have ordered my steps anyway before I even came in my mother's womb. So,
Mm-hmm.
these are just ideas that I would like to accomplish for the day. But at the end of the day, I'm very grateful that you allowed me this new beginning to start fresh, to start
Mm-hmm.
new. You
I
know,
knew.
yeah, start anew. So that's what we need to start doing, ladies. How do you get yourself ready on the new beginning? How do you prepare yourself? And do you do it on a consistent basis? Start making this your everyday lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Start
Yep.
making this your habit. I'm determined to have a great day today. Even though it's raining outside or it's snowing or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have a good day because this is a new beginning for my life. Do you know a lot of people didn't wake up this morning, and those who
That's right.
for a little bit, they're not here no more. I lost my cousin this morning, unfortunately. She
Oh, I'm
passed away.
sorry.
Yeah, she passed away due to
Oh.
cancer. And and she was a trailblazer. She was a warrior
Oh,
and
you was just telling us about her last night, right?
yeah,
This
but
morning?
actually this morning I was just talking about her to you this morning, and
Wow.
got the text shortly after that she had transitioned, and
Mm.
so and she was always that bubbly person. She will always come on her Facebook Live, and no matter how she was feeling, she was very motivational, very encouraging, very inspiring, and all those great things. Thank you. She was just a sweet person overall.
Mm-hmm.
She had a strong
Mm-hmm.
faith in God, all those great things. So she always had a smile on her face, and she always reminded us to never take the day for granted, and never
Mm-hmm.
take the people that's in that day for granted as well.
Amen. Amen.
Always grateful for the people that's in your life, because those people are there for a purpose and a reason,
That's
not just
right.
to love you, not to wine you and dine you, but they are also valuable resources in your life as well. So we
Mm-hmm.
cannot continue to get so so self what's
Involved.
involved, and
Mm.
totally dismiss the valuable blessings of people that God put in our lives, because every
Amen.
single person, whether it's a man, woman, boy, or girl, they all have, thank you, babe, they all have valuable blessings to give to us, just like we do for them. Because I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure they will also say, well, you know what? I'm so grateful to have you. Like Letitia, I'm so grateful to have you in my life, girl. You the
Mm-hmm.
bomb.com. You awesome, girl. You awesome. You know, you know what I'm saying? And we gel like that. We vibe like that. but we
Mm-hmm.
know the value of each other, that we could
Mm-hmm.
and we could take it all in. So yeah, guys,
Ooh,
this is your new beginning. Start now. Make this a
I
new beginning.
have to say this with everything that's going on in the world,
Yeah.
everyone who's passing away. I want to ask y'all a question. What are you leaving? What are
That's
you leaving? That is so important to say.
Ooh,
What are you leaving? A lot of people didn't wake up this morning, didn't leave anything,
thank
right?
you.
Hey, Timeless Jules, didn't leave anything. What are you leaving? And when you think about that, how life is really short, you could be
Mhm.
diagnosed, God forbid, with anything tomorrow,
Yeah. And
that will
mhm.
limit and stop everything. And you got to ask
Right.
yourself, time is so short. I need to hit the ground running. So when I'm going off this earth, because we're all going to, whether or not, we don't know when the last day, but they will be a last day
Yeah,
for all of our individual lives. We got to sit and ask ourselves, what am I going to be leaving? And that's what you're going to be working towards,
that's a good
leaving
one.
that.
That is
Mm-hmm.
a good one because the question is, are you ready? Will
Yeah.
you do you have everything, all your ducks in a row, as they say? Do you have all that information? Do you have everything
Mm-hmm.
planned out? So God forbid when you do leave here,
Mm-hmm.
is everything all laid out for your
Mm-hmm.
family that they,
Mm-hmm.
they can easily just take it. There's no need to worry about bills or
Mm-hmm.
funeral costs or anything like that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of us, especially in our culture, we don't do that.
We don't do that. We don't think about that.
We
We
don't
need
think
to.
about that. We
We
really, really
need to.
don't.
Because you could be leaving behind a lot of mess instead of a lot of blessings. We want blessings from
Woo!
God. But what blessings are you leaving behind?
Come
And that's what
on,
we have to
minister.
think and cut all this noise we think about in our heads, all this negativity that comes up in our minds and say, no, when
Mhm.
they, whether you want to be cremated or buried, no matter what, you want to make sure that everyone around you that is important to you, because some of us got family. We're like, listen, I ain't giving them a damn thing. Okay. I
Right.
don't even care if they
Yeah.
don't even show up.
Yep. Yep.
But the ones that we care about, we want to take care of them. So even though while they're going through their state of mourning,
Mm-hmm.
right, they're not
Mm-hmm.
also not only attacking each other like, oh, you didn't show up for this and you didn't give more. I gave more than you. And no, 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 no. We're not doing all that.
And
We
you
ain't
know what
doing
that
all
should
that.
have
We ain't
been.
doing all that.
And
Yeah.
you know what, sis? I just realized that should have been the bonus point right there. How do you get ready for death?
How do you get ready for that? Because you're gonna die. It's
How do
gonna
you get
happen.
ready? And I know that is such a sensitive,
Yeah.
uncomfortable word, but y'all, how? Do you have everything set up if you don't? She said, I know this is
Mm-hmm.
off topic, but this is a good show, and I'm about to take my chicken sausages out of my air fryer, eat and watch.
Ooh, girl, honey, I like pork sausage, honey. I can't do the chicken sausage, but you go
What?
ahead, honey, with your chicken sausage,
Oh,
honey.
girl, I like chicken sausages.
I like pork, honey. Pork
I
or
like
beef.
it. I like it.
It tastes weird. Chicken sauce tastes weird to me. People that had turkey bacon, I can't do the turkey bacon. I just can't. I
Yeah,
tried.
I like it, but I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But
I
I
like
could
the
I could get
smell
with
of
it. I
bacon,
could get with
honey.
it. But how do you get
Yes.
ready for that? How do you prepare yourself? And let me say this too before we move on. Like
Yep.
you remember my aunt that
Yep.
passed away this past year
Yep.
because I had three deaths back to back. Seriously, back to back. Oh my God, my
When it
brother-in-law,
rains, it pours.
the day of his funeral, then my aunt dies, and then my other sister-in-law, she was in the hospital, and then what 3 4 weeks later she passed away. So it was
Mm.
boom 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 boom. But my aunt, she had started a life insurance plan years ago, and she was
Mm.
paying little at a time. She wasn't working, she wasn't making any money or whatever. She was just paying a little at a time because she knew that one day she was not going to be here. And all her four kids are grown and everything, but she did not want to leave them in debt. She did not want them to worry about her funeral costs. She didn't want them to
Yep.
worry about how to pick a casket or where to pick a casket or what casket to pick for her. She had taken care of everything. The only thing that we had to do was just go and have a wonderful service for her, and then that was it. They didn't have to worry about the house that they grew up in was already paid for a long time ago when she was married. So I mean, that little bit right there, that little bit, that's something that to me is worth more than money, because
Mm-hmm.
she loved her family so much that she did not want to leave this earth, have them burdened down you know
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and and so I want you guys to really start thinking about that, because I know, being as though I went to these funerals back to back at that time,
Mm-hmm.
I've learned so much.
So much, so much,
Learned so much.
so much. I told my kids, don't even bury me, just cremate me, honey. Spread my ashes along Jones Beach, honey. I don't want to be in no ground. I don't want to be sitting over nobody coffee table while y'all crying. No, 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 no. Y'all, I'm gonna leave y'all good, and y'all just go on with y'all. With, enjoy the fruits of mommy's labor, and that's it. That's just my philosophy. Y'all do what y'all want. But listen, guys,
Yeah.
we're gonna skip what's news tonight. We're gonna touch on the topic next week. I want to do something special. Before we jump into the giveaway, again, if you haven't typed in hashtag sister to sister connection, please do so right now, because we're going to do a giveaway in a couple of seconds, and then we're going to step into the afterglow. We want to really dive into the afterglow. Everyone's invited to the afterglow. It's super fun. We dive in deeper. It's not recorded, so you can come in however you like, with rollers on, whatever. So we all have heard about Tracy Braxton. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard. Everyone know who she is, and now I'm not gonna, like, I didn't really keep up with the whole Braxton family values, things like that, towards the last few seasons, but after hearing about what happened to Tracy, like, I actually found out from a post you posted, Twonta, the other day, and I just couldn't
Hmm.
believe it.
Hmm.
But I love Tracy. She was very feisty and all the things, and
He was
you
an
know,
OG.
yes, yes. So we
Yeah.
want to take a
OG.
moment of silence, just like 20 seconds of silence, to commemorate her and her accomplishments, especially to the music industry, for her family, for her husband. And yeah, let's just take a quick moment of silence for her. Yes. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Hmm.
Again, to the Braxton family, we our deepest condolences. Like, oh, I'm still a little bit like ex shocked. My husband and I, we felt like kind of, weird,
Yeah.
hearing
Oh,
about it.
absolutely. Oh, yeah. I
Yes,
felt that way
yes.
too. I was like what? I thought it was a typo. I really thought it
Mm-hmm.
was like, one of those
Mm-hmm.
tabloids that you hear all the time
Mm-hmm.
of people dying and they really are
Yeah.
alive and well. But come to find out, it was actually true when I went on Google and I saw CNN reporting it and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. So yeah, it was a shock to the world,
Yeah,
and
to the world.
yeah, to the world, because honestly, even though she was not like, like Tony Braxton or Tamar
Mm-hmm.
Braxton,
Mm-hmm.
she was still important. You know what I'm
Yes, she
saying?
was.
She
Yes, she
was still,
was.
and there's a lot of love that's still pouring out to this woman, and she
Right.
is absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. And my biggest message for those ladies who are watching, make sure you stay on top of your appointments, stay on top of your checkups. I know sometimes it can be a lot with the children, with everything you got going on, but ask yourself this question. It's March. Did you go on any doctor's appointments, dentist, OBGYN, ENT, like,
Mhm.
did you get your eyes checked? Did you got an eye appointment? Like, ask yourself, like, line those up now, if you can. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. I'll make appointments, like, oh, I'm gonna get there by the end of April, you know what I mean? But at least it's there, it's made. So
Mhm.
definitely do that, ladies, because you never know. Some may be good last year, but then all of a sudden it creeps up. I had that with my last pregnancy, where one of my paps came out abnormal, but every other pregnancy was fine. So
Mhm.
it was a little bit of a scare. But again, stay on top of, Kimberly said OBGYN, great, right? Even dental. Like, there's so much bacteria in our mouths and germs and
Mhm.
stuff. If
Yeah.
you gotta get a teeth pulled, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get that pulled, and may look weird, get it pulled, honey. So you don't have all that time. I got this tooth pulled on this side, and when I smile, I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, they're gonna see it's missing. No, I'm glad it's moved, 'cause that thing was hurting me. Oh
Girl.
my gosh, so bad.
Okay.
I was about to pull
Okay.
it out myself with a ply. I'm like, just pull it out, and I'll figure out how y'all gonna do the bridging and all that stuff later on down the line. But
Yeah, me too.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you went to the dentist yesterday and today. Oh, you did, LaShawn? Awesome. We were just talking about that.
Mhm.
Good.
Mhm.
You have a dental appointment next week? Yeah, guys.
Mhm.
Good.
Mhm.
Good. Get the bubbies checked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They tell you to check it yourself, but some of us are so big up top, like we don't even know if we're doing it right. We got a lot to, some could be hidden in the crevices of it all,
Oh, child.
You go to
Girl,
them like, I didn't feel that. Ooh, I check all the time. I didn't feel that. Get your bubbles checked, honey.
oh, Lord. Yeah. So,
$23,000 in dental work. Wow.
wait, what? Wait, what happened?
23K.
Wait, what happened? I
Yeah,
didn't.
what why Keitha said she had 23K in dental work. Yeah, it's expensive. To get this tooth pulled, it was about 1,000 and change, but my insurance covered most of it. Yeah, honey. Listen, I say spend it on yourself, honey. Go ahead. Shoot. You best believe when I get my next piece of coin, honey, I'm getting me my lipo, honey. I'm getting things. I'm about to get myself
23K?
vacuumed out, honey. Okay.
See?
Suck me out. Give me the big garbage bag, honey. Hefty.
Yes.
I
Yes.
already have my mammogram. Oh, good. Yeah, mammogram. I'm sorry. I was like, bubby check. Can I get the bubby check? Like, damn, what? The bubby
Like,
mammogram.
oh, okay.
My bad.
That's all right. That's all
Yeah,
right.
honey. Get that teeth work done. All right, so let's do the giveaway. Who's coming to the Afterglow show? Type in hashtag me in the comments right now if you're going to be joining us. Hey, Trees. Trees is our lovely show producer to the stars. Yes, guys. So we're going to be giving away a t-shirt. Y'all loving the t-shirts, huh? Okay, we're going to give it away, honey. All right, Trees. Whenever you're ready, doll. Oh, I forgot my glitter. Oh,
the glitter. Oh, yes. I forgot to put that out there.
yes. Yeah, wait, Therese. Hold on. I gotta do the glitter, girl.
Glitter. She got to do the glitter.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Give it. Give, girl. Give.
Blue.
Give.
The colors.
Yes. All right. Hit it, girl.
I like the colors. I like the colors.
Hit it. Hit it.
Ooh, look at these names, honey. Look
It's
at these
going slow for me. Is it
names.
going slow for you?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow.
Congratulations, LaShawn.
LaShawn gonna have a whole closet full of
Girl,
sisters.
she sure is.
Dude, every day of the week, she gonna. We gotta think of something else to give her other than the t-shirt, right?
Oh, just get her one for each
Give
color.
her some gloves. We'll give her like some evening gloves. The gloves that, with our logo on it, the gloves that go. That'd be cool. Congratulations, LaShawn.
Congratulations.
Yeah, send us an email, love, sister to sister connection at gmail.com. Send us your size. The shirts are true to size. I'll just get us a little size bigger just in case you put it in the wash and put a little too much fabric softener in it. Sometimes we do that, shrink up the clothes. You welcome.
Awesome.
Yeah, girl, it's gonna be your nighttime outfit. Like, hey. Yes. All right, Trish, you can take that. Let me remove that now. There's all these sparkles. All these sparkles.
Yes. And don't forget, guys, again, our self-care event has been changed for April. And so again, definitely do not wait to the last minute. Go ahead and start requesting your packet. My information is already out there. I'll post it one more time before we head on over to the Afterglow. But the Spring Fling self-care event will be April 30th. The packet is $40. We are already halfway done with this month of March, guys.
Ooh,
so
God
is going.
Okay. Second quarter season.
Yeah, baby. Time is going. So I know.
Oh, I have your information, LaShawn. Never mind. You don't have to send it again. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I know some of us is like, well, I got a little time. I could wait. Yeah, okay. You say that now, but then you look at the calendar. It's like, oh, it's April 17th. Yeah. And I'm telling you, there is a deadline. There is a deadline, guys. So, and I want you guys to just go ahead and take care of it, get it out the way. So by the time April does arrive, you already have your stuff and you'll be ready to go.
All set.
Yeah,
You
you
are
ready?
all set. We have a lot of fun during the self-care events. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. And it's good because the opportunity for you guys to expand your network,
Mm-hmm.
expand your network. The more, activities you're doing, the more, things you're involved in, it will actually is going to contribute to everything that you're doing now. So make sure that you
Right,
sign up.
right.
If you have questions about it, you can inbox or send us an email at sister-to-sister-connection@gmail.com. We would love to answer it. So listen, we're gonna step into the self-care event, y'all, because we want to chat with y'all. We want to see y'all face to
And
face.
those of you who
Okay.
come on the self on our what do you call it? Oh God, I just had a moment.
Afterglow.
Yeah, the afterglow. Thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
we're going to afterglow. I'm sorry, did I say self-care?
I
Ooh,
got some
girl.
goodies.
Ooh, coleccionos. Oh,
These are what I
nice.
have made, honey. So if y'all want to know more
Yes.
about these, y'all come on the afterglow.
Girl,
Okay.
you do a something mean with a glue gun, honey. All right,
Good.
Therese, see you out, love. We gotta go over to the Zoom, mama. Talk to you later. Bye,
You
guys.
guys.
Therese, send us the link in Voxer.
Oh yeah, send us the
Yeah,
link.
I don't want to fish for it again. And the password ladies is sister. The password ladies is sister in all lowercase. Sister. All right, I'm out. Blacking them out.